That was blocked. Somebody got a piece of that.
That's what this Denver defense needs. They need to come up with a turnover.
On 3rd and 16, all kinds of time for Roethlisberger. And now throwing over the middle, and it is intercepted. Picked off by the Broncos. That is Justin Simmons. Simmons to this side of the field. The 35, the 30, a penalty marker.
To be a factor in both the run and the pass defense today.
White is in, 6 in the secondary, 3rd and 2 for Cam. Patted down and intercepted. It's picked off by Williams, who dove and got it on the deflected play. It may have been Harris who came through.
The fact that they really just haven't practiced. They haven't been on the field in a couple weeks, and it's really showing itself today.
Cam throwing, and that's picked off. That is intercepted on the play. Bryce Callahan. 3rd turnover, 2nd interception, and Callahan with a big-time pick.
Here's a 3rd and 13 now for the Chargers. Stepping up, going over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 40-yard line. Coming back is Justin Simmons. Simmons out of bounds, close to the 15-yard line. Herbert going to go for it all. End zone. It is intercepted.
Went to the well one too many times.
Fake it to Gurley. And Ryan going to go deep down the middle of the field. It is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Ahmed at the side of Fitzpatrick. Into the end zone and intercepted, picked off by the All-Pro Justin Simmons.
Decides not to pull the trigger, sees a ghost, doesn't pull the trigger, and ends up having that issue.
Driving it for Thomas, deflected and picked off. Into the hands of Isang Bassi. Another undrafted free agent, rookie out of Wake Forest.
That would earn them the right to host Baltimore next weekend. Carr intercepted off the hand of Waller, and it's Justin Simmons with the pick. Carr slings that one across the middle, and it's intercepted by Kareem Jackson.
That's Chenault in motion, little misdirection. Lawrence feeling the pressure from Miller, slinging it, and it is picked. Intercepted by Jackson.
You'd be down one score, you'd be going trying to tie the game.
Lawrence, another deep ball. And that pass wasn't picked. Yes, it was. Pat Surtain. Wilson, near side. It's picked. Justin Simmons. He's going to run this back inside the 30 as Wilson makes his first big mistake.
But when you have a guy like that you drafted high in the 2nd round, you have to find a way, even if it's just 4, 5, 6 plays a game, but you can't afford to not have a guy like that out there.
There's another pick. This is off a deflection. It was through Berrios' hands, and this is Caden Stearns.
And the penalty, the 2-yard gain, 2nd and 13. Pressure off the edge. Roethlisberger, the ball's loose. On the ground, it's picked up by Denver. Alexander Johnson returns it inside the 30.
Hands blocked. Shelby Harris got through.
Hit one and had another one blocked. This from 45, and that one is blocked. Wow. So Chris Blewett, 2 of his first 3 field goal attempts in the NFL are blocked. He got 4th down at 13, 3 seconds left. One last heave. Heineke lets it rip. Everybody jumps for it, and it's intercepted by Justin Simmons. Look at that defense all the way back around the goal line. Heineke looking, just going to loft it up. Jump ball intercepted. It's Simmons again. and then a flag at the end to boot. That's not going to matter. What does matter is that Denver is going to snap this 4-game losing streak.
Four-man rush. Prescott over the middle. It is intercepted. Caden Stearns picks it off.
Hurts. Under pressure. Gotten rid of it. Intercepted. Coming back up the sideline is Justin Simmons. 3rd and 14 now. Herbert on the move. Throwing toward the end zone. Intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Pat Surtain.
They try and get some. Middle of the field is wide open.
Herbert. Picked off. Surtain up the sideline. Can he get there? Surtain to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mahomes. 2 pumps and then an interception at the 22-yard line. Speaking of Patrick Surtain, his 4th of the season off the hands of Hill.
To remember and learn from.
2nd and 4. Jermar Jefferson in the game for the first time today, and a diving interception made at the 12-yard line. Justin Simmons with a spectacular pick.
We had Deion Warwick, not the Bee Gees here.
On first down. Oh, that pick is made. On his way back is Bradley Chubb to the end zone. Down at about the 1-yard line. Carr going to throw for it. Under pressure. Lost the ball. On the floor. Who's got it? The Broncos.
And again, turnovers rearing their ugly head for this Raiders squad.
But I don't think they're overly comfortable getting out on the edge with Chubb and with Gregory.
2nd and 10 from his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone. It's a safety. Remember, Dan Orlovsky did that. Stepped all the way out of the end zone. It's a safety, and that kills the play before everything else on the pick. So it is 7-5, and Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
And the 49ers believe they might be able to get inside that for some plays.
To the 48-yard line. Denver bringing 4. Garoppolo protected in traffic. It's intercepted. Jonas Griffith on the deflection. Has it for Denver.
He's found a home here now. 2nd and 9. Ryan, good protection this time. Throws. It's picked off at the 15-yard line by Stearns. Out to the 37, he goes. So Ryan at time tried to thread it, and they've gone from their own 15 to the Denver 15. Ryan nearly gets sacked and then does get sacked. Bradley Chubb, the first guy in there. Meanwhile, now you got ball coming out. 3 receivers and a bunch to the right. Ryan hangs in, throws, picked at the 27-yard line. On a 3rd down and 15, trying to jam it in. Matt.
Pressure from Browning, and down goes Herbert. Right off the edge and barely touched. On first down, pass is in the air and picked off by Browning. A turnover, now it's knocked out of his hand. And Browning's trying to get it back. And they do. He gets the interception on the deflection, had it knocked away, and then got on his own fumble. And the first turnover of the game goes the way of the Denver Broncos.
1st and goal. We all hug our aunt like that, you know. Here's Lawrence rolling to his right now. Throws it, batted up, and intercepted. Intercepted. Justin Simmons on the turnover. After a couple of penalties go against Simmons, he makes up for it with a turnover. Christian Kirk. 1st down and 10. Lawrence throwing and intercepted. Williams, the pick with 1:36 left.
McCary had a big block. Jewell with the tackle. 1st and 10. Chased here by Cooper. And it was picked off on the play by Simmons. Justin Simmons with the pick. Handoff Duvernay. It goes off to Prochet. Going deep. Looking in the end zone. Intercepted. A second time. Justin Simmons with the end zone pick.
Just saw that great shot of the offensive line of Kansas City. They may be the key to the season for this Chiefs team.
2nd and 7. Mahomes intercepted. Josie Jewell steps in for the pick. There was a little something about Colorado, in fact. It was the OC there from 2011 to 2012. That pass offline. Did Denver get it clean? Patrick Surtain? No. Play clock is down to 3. Mahomes looking. Intercepted. Josie Jewell, his second of the day. And Jewell gets popped at the 45.
Blitz is picked up. McCoy high. And it's intercepted. Taken away at the 40 by Justin Simmons. Simmons down to the 25-yard line. His 4th interception of the season. Intercepted. He's going to take it to the house. No, he won't. Simmons inside the 10. Flag down. Back at the 23-yard line.
What happened with Russell Wilson going into the protocol, that's what's going to happen this week with Colt McCoy.
McSorley throws and intercepted. He was looking for Hopkins and Surtain, his 2nd of the season. Back-to-back weeks, the pick. And this loss will eliminate the Arizona Cardinals from any faint playoff hopes.
Here comes the blitz. Mahomes out of trouble. Throwing. End zone. Intercepted. Intercepted by Justin Simmons. Kick on its way, and he pulled it. Pulled it to his left.
Not on Devontae Adams because they hide him in the slot. But they're going to bracket Adams anyways.
Abdul out of the backfield. Garoppolo scrambling to his left, pointing to traffic, goes to the end zone. It's tipped, and it's intercepted. Kareem Jackson.
319.
1st and 10. Play fake. Pressure's coming. Fields lost the football. Cooper scoops it up. Off to the races. And he will score. Benito knocked the ball out. And Cooper, Fields' former Ohio State teammate, takes it back. 3rd down and 13. Santos' career long is 55 yards. Pressure coming. Fields over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by Jackson. And he goes to the ground. And the Broncos will escape with their first win of the year. Wilson looking down the field, and it is intercepted. Pat Surtain.
Mahomes pressured, look out, gets it away, and then just flings it, and it's picked off at the goal line. Justin Simmons.
Tom with the block, going deep, and looking, it's intercepted! It's picked off by Locke! Tackled by Kraft! Pacheco back in, 1st and 10. Taylor a block, had a nice block on that last play too. It's intercepted! It's picked off on the play! Jaquan McMillan! At about the Kansas City 47.
With protection, then he took off down the field. It was completely made up.
1st and 10. Messy pocket. Fumble! Oh, and it looks like Denver may have gotten it. Let's see. Was it Cooper? He vacuums it in, and the Chiefs have fumbled. A 3rd turnover. 4th and 22. Mahomes Getting away from Benito and then just heaving it downfield, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. 5th time he's gotten Mahomes in his career.
Allen at quarterback and 3 wide receivers and spreading people out and letting them rip.
Allen fastball picked off out of the hands of Gabe Davis and into the arms of Justin Simmons. Working with the wind. This one is picked. Another takeaway intercepted by Moreau. And the turnovers will kill this Buffalo Bills team.
Take the penalty. 1st and 20. Dobbs arm hits it through. It's intercepted. It's McMillan. 1st and goal for the Broncos at the 9. Josie Jewell brought the heat. McMillan's got his 2nd takeaway. And the Broncos are alive.
Walker with pressure coming from the backside. Down he goes. The ball is out, and Denver has it. P.J. Locke with the strip sack on 4th and long.
How to win. And remember, this is a team learning how to win with a new culture in Sean Payton.
And a pressure in the end zone and a sack. The safety for Zach Allen. And the cherry on top.
This is a 3rd and 13. 5 defensive backs. Stroud in trouble. Stroud loses the ball on the fumble, and it's free. Denver had 5 players in the area. McMillan knocked it away from Stroud, and who's got it? Denver indicating.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense.
It's that P.J. Locke.
Herbert has started 1 out of 5. On 3rd down, his pass is deflected at the line, and Cooper picks it off. The Broncos with an interception. Baron Browning tipped it, and Jonathan Cooper with the INT. Including 3rd downs where they're 0 for 12. 3rd worst in franchise history going back to 91, and Stick loses it. Scooped up by Josie Jewell, and he is tackled by Austin Eckler. And a fitting way to end this day, the Denver defense making another big play.
On the first snap of this Holiday Classics, a pass. Zappi surveys and gets hit. Ball's loose. DJ Jones recovers. And just like that, the Broncos are set up.
Gino fakes the handoff, steps up again. Contact to the throw, and that's picked. Alex Singleton. And a calamitous start for this Seattle offense.
Run the football and try to get some breathing room.
Last time they were down here, it ended with a safety. Boy, Charbonnet, did he get out?
I don't think so.
No signal yet.
The ball may have crossed.
Safety.
Oh my goodness.
Ruling on the field, and the ball did not make it all the way out of the end zone. By rule, this is the safety.
That's wide in the backfield. Mayfield for the corner. It's intercepted. Intended for Evans. Taken out of the air by Brandon Jones. And he reverses field direction. Look out. Inside the 10 and down at the 9.
Play action. Minshew looking. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Pat Surtain on the run. Nobody's going to catch him. Surtain going all the way for a Denver touchdown. 3rd and 11. Minshew down the sideline. Jump ball, and it's Riley Moss with the interception for the Broncos.
So you've got to move quickly and on this drive, but get something that builds a little bit of confidence. This offense has struggled mightily.
O'Connell deflected, and it's intercepted by Surtain. His 2nd pick of the day.
Really easy read for Rattler.
Look out. He gets hit. Was the arm coming forward? Haven't heard a whistle yet. Meanwhile, Cody Barton coming in. but they're going to rule that, well, they're going to rule that a fumble and a recovery.
These linebackers, outside linebackers.
2nd and 10, look out. And is that going to be a fumble, which is taken by Barton in the air? There's no whistle yet. And Barton, what a night this guy's having. Jaquan McMillan is the guy who hits Rattler as the ball is being released, and for the moment, ruled a touchdown.
1 second. Young wants it. Gets it. Pocket clean. Throws behind the receiver and picks. Intercepted by Pat Surtain. And his return to the lineup after missing last week gets another interception, his 3rd this season.
Well, this Broncos starting defense is still out there. They're still competing. So you still want to make plays towards the end of this game.
Young looks left, throws that way. Coker goes up, but is brought down by McMillan, excuse me. McMillan makes the pick. Jaquan McMillan on the corner of the end zone.
Just his 4th catch of the year, but a big gain and a big conversion for Atlanta. On 1st down and 10. Cousins, lots of time, and he throws an interception. It's Cody Barton. Barton with the pick and the return to the 47-yard line.
Messy pocket. Intercepted. Picked off downfield by Brandon Jones. A block by McMillan. A block by Sternad. A block by Franklin Myers. 3rd and 13 for Desmond Ridder. Blocked by Miller. Hit. The ball is free. Jumping on it was Roach. They're calling it a fumble, and the Broncos have retrieved it.
For Jameis Winston, and when they traded Amari Cooper, he became the #1 receiver.
Winston is picked. Intercepted. Bonito. Goodbye. No flags. Touchdown, Denver. But Elijah Moore, it looked like secured it as he was headed out of bounds. Here's a pick! Intercepted! And that should end the night. McMillan, the other way. Touchdown, Broncos! Winston keeps, throws. How about another? This time it's Cody Barton.
He's not going down.
He's not going down yet. Jerry Jeudy says, as he catches him from behind.
And Franklin Myers needs a breather on that sideline. But this is what it is with Richardson. 6'4", nearly 250 pounds of muscle. Richardson puts some air under it. Richardson's pass, and it is picked. Brandon Jones with a snatch for Denver. How about the Bills going to Detroit and putting up 40+ against that Lions team? Unbelievable. That pass from Richardson is intercepted. Surtain will check the flag here.
1st and 10 from the 26. Herbert dances in the pocket, fires, intercepted at the goal line. Chris Abrams-Drain, who had a great game last Sunday against Indianapolis, and the rookie out of Missouri with a giant play here.
When you get penalties, now you know they're going to pass it.
2nd and 13. And for just the 2nd time in the last 8 games, Josh Allen is decked for a sack. It's Allen on Allen. Looks right, looks in the middle, not there, looks left, not there, taken off if he can. No, he swarmed under back at the 9-yard line by DJ Jones.
Here comes the blitz. Cam Ward hit as he throws. That ball is loose. They're going to let it play through. It's Denver football no matter what. And the Broncos defense comes up yet again to help win the game in week 1.
3rd down and 9. Hampton the back. And they bring 5. Hit as he throws. Deflected it. Intercepted. It's picked off on the play. Brandon Jones on the the ricochet. McConkey can't get him. Hampton will force him out of bounds. It's an interception.
Coming out here in the second half, now up to 59 yards rushing with those two big runs.
Darius Davis, who's got a bit of a knee injury, yet is out there returning kickoffs right here. Here he comes. Oh, drive free. It's a fumble, and the scrum you see as they try to vacuum it in.
Denver's not stacked in at the line of scrimmage.
It's a 3rd and 5. They come up the middle. Heavy pressure in the throw. Intercepted. It's picked off by Sternad. He breaks the tackle. Breaks another. Now inside the 20. Oh, disaster. What a play.
But Dallas has designs on getting much closer.
This is like bringing out Nolan Ryan. It's like he's different.
Prescott intercepted. Picked off. Broncos able to take it away with Jahdae Barron.
Your body weight's going down. You can't drive him into it. You got to like soften it and try and help the quarterback a little bit. He didn't do that.
Intercepted. That's Ellis. No, it's not. It's Tillman. Look at Tillman running. That is Dondre Tillman with the interception. And just as impressive of the pick was the return.
So at the 49-yard line, the Raiders now on a first down with Schmidt over the middle, in the air, deflected and intercepted. And into Raider territory comes Dondre Tillman. And look at him gallop all the way inside the 35 with another flag down.
There's a 3rd and 14. Looking for options. Trying to get away from Franklin Myers and throws, intercepted. That's McMillan with it. And a flag down. McMillan takes off, slips through the tackle, and Thornton's not going to let him get away. Thornton knocks him down, and the ball goes out of bounds.
I believe this will stand. I think it's a block in the back after the interception on Denver.
And look at Mahomes down here, too.
But Mahomes, these guys all got hit right after the play.
8-9 deep. And it is hard to come up with a scheme that's going to protect the quarterback against all of that.
Jump pass, Mariota intercepted. Down the sideline, Greenlaw's got it. Greenlaw to the 34-yard line. So they moved it down there well.
Right now. We'll watch the play first because they're going deep. They're going deep. And stepping in front is Surtain with the pick, and Watson was hurt. Surtain high stepping and slipping by one tackle attempt. Across the middle, intercepted. It's Moss. Officials have ruled him down. They've ruled him down by contact. It's a 3rd and 5. And Lance from the pocket gets picked off. Off the deflection. And here we go with the run back inside the 20. McMillan is in for the touchdown. Here's Lance, knocked out of his hands, and the Broncos are on it. Benito is the one who got the strip. It looked like Roach on top of the football. Jones is there too. Yeah, Jones is the one who ended up with it. Who will take the snap from McGovern, the starter who has returned. And look at Cook, line up right behind the right guard. Here they come, and they fumble again. They got to him from behind with Benito. And the recovery belongs to Denver.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. And now all of a sudden you're seeing him be the poised veteran after he had 2 turnovers of his own. You got to be able to put that aside and come back.
2nd and 14. Deep ball down the field, and he is intercepted by Locke. Locke jumps right in front of the receiver and takes it right back for the Denver Broncos.
Coming after him all out.
They pick it up, and they go deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that? Jaquan McMillan